is joining me. He's a Nationals fan. We're going to talk about the Nats trade and the future of the Nats. He's the producer that helps out with a lot of the stuff that we got going on in R2L. He's my good friend. Please welcome Joe. Oh, there he is. My boy.
What's up? Happy to be on Zero Sports Talk. Let's talk baseball, man. I'm
Oh
ready.
man, it's been a long time, but your Nats, they did something I didn't expect. And you saw my reaction. I remember you texted me that they traded Foster Griffin. I was like, why? Like what? Like I literally stopped everything I was doing. I was like, hold up. I gotta wait. What? Like it at the time it made no sense to me. I understand that the Nats were a surprise team in the first half. But it says a lot that they traded Foster Griffin. It says a lot that they traded Luis Garcia to the Yankees. How did you feel about both those trades?
Okay, so the Luis Garcia Jr. one, I wasn't really too down on that one because, for everybody who know the Nets, they offense is really good. They're leading the league in runs batted in, they leading the league in stolen bases, leading the league in home runs. So the offense is there, fireworks.
Yes.
So we were willing to give up some hitters in return to help the pitching. And one thing about Luis Garcia, like there was a lot of talks. Now, for the viewers that's watching, also like Carl's actually more advanced than me. All right. So I have a new brain when it comes to baseball. All right. So just bear with me. So basically, um, you got CJ Abrams, who's been in a lot of trade talks, but us not trading him at the deadline, it tells you that okay, we want to keep him around, so we most likely gonna give him that extension, I'm assuming. But then you got Luis Garcia Jr., who's having a peak season. Like we talking about, he's having the best season of his career. And the
Yep.
one thing I like about this trading him now, we traded him at the highest value. Like who knows that he's going to keep this up next year because he's playing very well right now. So we sold it. We sold him high, not low. So that's what I like about it. And we got pitchers in return. Now,
Mhm.
when it comes to Foster Griffin, now early in my reaction, it's like, damn, we gave up our best pitcher. Like,
Mhm.
what are we doing? Like that's our issue. It's pitching, and he's been playing well, right? But then when I looked at the background stories and see what was going on, obviously we signed him for a 1 year deal, and we wanted to extend him, but talks we never got into an agreement. So he turned down. Actually, he turned down an offer that we offered him. He turned down an extension offer. So instead of losing him in free agency, get something for him. Now, could we get a lot for him? No, because wherever we trade him to, he's basically a 1 year rental. So like they're not going to give up, a bunch of assets for a rental unless you're schoolball. But even them, they didn't give up a lot of assets.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry, Carl. But so what I like about both trades is that all the trades, because you got to talk about the trade with the Red Sox too that we made. I know it wasn't at the deadline, but we made one with the Red Sox too. We gave up a total of 4 players and got back 10 players, and 9 of them were pitchers.
Mhm.
Griffey, like I said, number one offense. The bullpen sucks, bro. I
Mhm.
mean, the ERA for the bullpen is 491, which is the fourth worst. Gave up 511 hits, which is the worst in baseball, and 78 home runs. Did you know that when we go into the eighth trailing, that we are 1-45? We are one in
Yeah.
45 if we're not winning the game by the eighth inning. We
Yeah.
gave up the most saves in baseball. We gave up 30 so far. And I look at people like the Phillies who only gave up 14. And I'm like, yo, if we just cut this in half, Griffey, we are number 2 in our division. We
Yep.
are a really good team. If we
You're
just had
leading
a
the wild
decent,
card at that point.
yes, if we just had a decent, not great, a decent bullpen, we are in the playoffs, wild card. So that's what I like about what we did because the management saw that, Tabani saw that, you know what, man, with the roster we currently have, we're not going to go far. We can't just win by outscoring guys. I heard you talk about
Mhm.
that, right? What about your other
You
team? You
can't.
can't just sit there and outscore people. So what we did was we're going to bet on the future. We're going to give up, sell high, and we're going to bet on the future. And hopefully down the road, the pitching will catch up to the scoring.
Yeah, I I agree with you. Once I looked actually into the details of why they would do it, I kind of agreed with the Nationals. I mean, if you can't get the extension talks right now, his value is at its literal highest, so he's gonna ask for a lot of money, obviously. If it was earlier in the season and they were like, you know what, he has potential to be something, and then they extended him, they probably could have gotten him on a cheaper deal. So sell high on both. I do like some of the pitchers that they got back. For the Yankees and Luis Garcia, they got Jake Bird, a veteran pitcher, Jack Cebert, the number 14th prospect. They got Ben Grable, number 26, and I don't know if it's the Nationals or the Yankees rankings that they're doing here with the numbers, but and Yovanni Cruz, another reliever. Cruz has been outstanding, 2.45 ERA. Like Joe said, he's new to baseball, but I tell him anything below 3.50 is usually a good pitcher. He's like more than a point. He's like 1.05 ERA lower than that threshold. Very good young pitcher. Uh, Bird, very up and down veteran, but still, it's like depth that you need in the bullpen. Something's got to work eventually, and maybe sometimes you just need what's it called, a change of scenery to get yourself right, and that's what I think they're doing with that trade. Foster Griffin. Oh, I just had the Foster Griffin trade up. Bear with me for a second.
Foster Griffin, man. Not gonna lie. He was playing well too, man. And I like the fact that we got pitchers from the Yankees who have great pitchers. You know what I mean? So they got great pitchers over there, and so that made me more excited too.
Yeah, and with the Foster Griffin one, like you said, 1 year deal. He's about to expire. I didn't expect them people to anyone to give up much. The Guardians did give up four prospects, four players, which is again more than the Scooble trade. Again, sorry, Carl, about that. But Foster Griffin helps the Guardians right now. Again, it pisses me off because now I'm thinking about the Brewers and the Rays not trading for Scooble. Well, 1 year deal for Foster Griffin, and the Guardians is like, yeah, we're gonna do that. But the Nationals, I think they're building up for next year. I think this is a next year move. This is a next year moment. It's like, hey, we weren't that as bad as we thought. We thought we were gonna be like completely out of the race by like the All Star break. They were still in a good position. Again, their offense is amazing. No one expected that. CJ Abrams, James Woods, Padre fans are crying right now. I love it. They're turning into absolute studs. I never believed the CJ Abrams trade rumors, by the way. Like, just got him. Why would you trade him kind of
Wow,
thing?
we played them.
Yeah, it's like that makes no sense. So a good bat to trade would be Luis Garcia. I understood that move for the bullpen. Didn't understand the Foster Griffin move, but now again, as details come out, I understand that move. The Nationals are going to be dangerous next year. They're going to be dangerous. They're going to be sneaky, especially if the prospects they traded for can develop well and join them in the major leagues and really help that bullpen. That is horrific. It's still
It's
pretty bad.
horrific.
Um, but they're like, we like the pieces we got in the lineup. Let's build for the future. Let's actually make this a contending team. Last thing I want to ask you, what do you see about, like, obviously we're talking about the future.
Mm-hmm.
What do you see about this Nationals future team? What can they be? Can they be a wild card team? Can they be an actual division contender? Can they be a playoff contender? Like,
Yeah, I definitely think we can. For real, man. Like I don't want to talk too crazy. I think we can challenge to win our division. You know, next
mhm.
year. I feel like when we play the Braves and Phillies, we challenge them. It's just closing the game out. That's been the problem, especially against the Phillies. I feel like they beat us at least 5 times this year when we just blew a save. You know, and then our top prospect, our recent top prospect, Dylan Cruz, he's actually stepping up and playing better also.
Mhm.
So I think the James Wood and Abrams, they're both young players. So can they still get better from what we've seen this year? I believe so. I think they can still grow. They're still both young. So I think the offense will be there. It's just we just need a okay bullpen. I'm not even saying starting pitcher. I'm saying okay bullpen. I think the starting pitcher is good enough. Is it the best?
Yeah.
No, but it's good enough. It's just can we maintain the lead? Oh, can we do that to finish the game out, and that's what we can do. Or can we steal some game? Can we actually take a lead? Like I said, 1-45, Griffey. After the eight losing, if you're losing by the eighth inning, we're 1-45. So I definitely could see for sure wild card next year if the pitching gets better. But I think we can challenge the Braves and the Phillies in our division.
And I agree with you on that because I said it during like the Knicks and Spurs finals is like some teams that are on the rise, they need to take their lumps first. And this is like the Nationals taking their lumps. It's like you're good, but you're not there yet, right? And then a team that I can picture, and Carl's gonna hate this one too. A team that I can like compare them to is like the Pistons. They were like bad for so long, and then they took their lumps. They made the playoffs. They were one of the 8 teams, and now they were the number 1 team last year. So it's like sometimes it's just building to steps. Don't sell everything, which I'm glad the Nationals did it.
Yeah.
But sell some pieces to build for the future piece, and that's what they did. Shout out to them and shout out to you. Let the people know where they can find you, Joe.